So if you want to automatically create coupons for specific people, meaning a specific email address or a specific user on your website, and you want it to be automatic and you want the creation and the expiration and all of that to be handled automatically without you even having to be involved so that it creates a really dynamic coupon experience, that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video using SureCart and SureTriggers. So here's what our basic roadmap of what we're building looks like. We're going to get data from our user in some fashion. As you can see here, for example, we could have a lead gen form from something like ConvertBox, and that collects our user's email, maybe their first name, something like that. Or this can be anything that gets us their email address, because that's our unique identifier. Then we're going to make an API call over to SureCart. And SureCart, if you're not familiar, has really great developer documentation. And I say really great from the perspective of somebody that knows very little about developer documentation, very little about API calls. I learn by figuring things out and tinkering. I was able to figure out how to make this work based on this documentation. So that's how you know it's good. I also do want to give a shout out to Ben at SureCart for always being patient and answering my questions. He definitely pointed me in the right direction. Okay, so once we've made that API call over to SureCart, where we've basically created the coupon, then we're going to do something like wait a couple of days. And this is the step that's kind of optional and you can customize. Essentially, for me, in this particular, call it a funnel, I am waiting 2 days and I'm emailing the user in my email service provider and basically saying, hey, I want to let you know you have a coupon. Maybe thanks for getting my lead magnet. I want to give you a coupon for $200 off my membership. I want to let you know it expires in 2 days, right? So there's our wait period for 2 days. And then we're going to make an API call at the end after we wait 2 days to delete the coupon so that it cleans up our system. It's true scarcity. And what's so cool about this system, this isn't like a cookie-based scarcity. This is legit real scarcity where you are literally able to email your customer and tell them, here is your coupon code, use it or lose it. Take advantage of this offer, it doesn't last. So now let's dive into the nuts and bolts of how to build this thing. We're going to begin inside of SureTriggers and we are going to create a new workflow. For our workflow, we need to add a trigger. This is that data coming in for our user. And again, really all we need is their email address, but I find it nice to get their first name and email. So inside of SureTriggers, it's basically you can connect to anything, right? Because we have APIs and webhooks, but there are a lot of default integrations. I mean, this is a ton, but maybe we're just going to receive a webhook, or maybe we're going to do something like ConvertBox. I'll just choose ConvertBox for right now, but this could be anything. This could even be like they purchased a lower priced product in SureCart. Whatever trigger you want to get that user's info, I'm going to leave that up to you, but we're just going to choose a ConvertBox option here. ConvertBox is like a lead gen tool, really awesome. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in checking it out, but this is where we will start. So a new lead comes in from SureTriggers. Let's go ahead and click save. And now we're going to make an API call over to SureCart to let SureCart know, hey, I've got an email address and I want you to create a coupon that can only be used by this email address. And that's what's really cool about this API step. So we will go ahead and create an API action and make an API request. If you don't see anything here, I don't know if this is a glitch with SureTriggers or what, but I just click new API again, and it kind of brings this little section up down here. So do that if that happened for you. And then we want to choose post. And instead of query parameter, we want to change this to JSON. And then for the endpoint URL, this is going to be our API URL for promotions inside of our SureCart coupons. So let's talk about this for a second. Inside of SureCart, go to SureCart coupons, and let's create a new coupon. We might as well do it while we're here. So this coupon name is just going to be something that we see internally. And by the way, open up a new tab to do all this. For our coupon name, let's just call this membership discount demo. You can call yours whatever you want. And you can create a base promo code. Like let's say you just had like a general one that you wanted to use. You can create a base one. Like we'll just call this demo 200, for example. But we're going to be automatically creating promotion codes with the API. So we don't have to really worry about this for right now. And since we're just setting up this first one, you can just leave the limit to anyone, or you can set it to yourself. It doesn't matter. This is just to get the coupon started. Now we're going to set a product restriction in our demo here. We're just saying it's for our membership. So we're going to click on this and we're going to search for something like, our Convology Pro annual membership and say that this coupon is only going to be valid for this product. Kind of a nice way to set up limitations, and we're going to say it's a fixed discount of $200 and they can use it once. And coupon usage, again, because we're deleting it, we can make it unlimited. It'll go away. And usage limit per customer, go ahead and say 1. We can go ahead and leave all the rest of this just like it is and click create coupon. Now, if I scroll back up, you will see that we have our default promotion code here, and we can always add more promotion codes. This is the trick to this setup. So back inside of our SureTriggers, we need the endpoint URL. The endpoint URL is what I'm putting up here on the screen right now. It's api.surecart.com/v1/promotions. I can show you, and I'll put a link to this documentation here from SureCart in the description below. But if we scroll down to promotions, this promotions is where we are getting that URL. And we are going to go to the create, which is the post. And you can see here, this is the URL that we just put in. So that's how I got that URL. So let's come back in and we'll put that URL here. We do not need to wrap it in an array. However, we do need to authenticate. And this means that we are telling SureCart, hey, I'm Doug, this is Doug's store. This is the store you're supposed to create a coupon for. It's so that no one can basically set it up for you. It's like your API key. There we go. We'll call it an API key. So we need to select authentication as the bearer token. This is your token that gets you access to the API for your specific store. So for that bearer token, let me show you where you can find that. You need to go to app.surecart.com. Again, that's app.surecart.com. You will see a screen like this, assuming that you have a SureCart account. I mean, that's what you need for this to work anyway. So then you'll click this View API Tokens button, and then you will go to your default, or at least mine says default, and you will get your key there. So I don't have to worry about blurring mine out. I'm just going to put a fake enter token here, but this will be your API token here. And then we need to add parameters. So we want to check this add parameters box, and we want to add 2 parameters. The first one is going to be code, and the second one is going to be coupon_ID. The coupon ID, let's start there because that's the easiest. The coupon ID is the ID for the coupon that we just created. Now, here's the trick. Come back to your coupon that you just created, and in the URL bar, let me actually, there we go. Let's temporarily show the full thing like that. If you come up here into your URL bar, you will see at the end of the URL, when you're editing your coupon, there is an ID. That's the ID that you want to copy. So ID equals, and then just copy whatever is at the end. So it's a string of variables separated by a dash. All right, with that copied, let's go back over to SureTriggers. We will paste in our value for our coupon ID right there. So now we know what coupon we are making a unique promotion code for. And now we want to create a value, a code, basically a coupon code. Coming back over to here, our original coupon code was demo200. So we need to make a unique code that's pretty much only valid for the person who it's meant to be for. So here's how I do that. Inside of SureTriggers, in this value section, notice that we have the ability to add in dynamic data using the @ symbol. So if I use the @ symbol, you can see what pops up is data that is already inside of our workflow. What's really cool about this then is that we can reference any of that data to turn into a unique code. So for example, we could have our unique code be their first name. And then if I put the @ sign again, their last name, and then I could type in something like 200. So in this case, our unique coupon code is John Smith 200. But you could also just use that person's email address as their coupon code, right? So you could just do the @ symbol and then just choose their email address as their coupon. And if you wanted to be fancy, you could then put like a -200 or just leave it like it is. So let's actually just have this person's email be their coupon code. That's kind of cool. So now the next step, if we pop back over here, you can see we have only the demo coupon code that I made. If we come back into SureTriggers and we click on test, it should pop up and say action tested successfully. And if we come back over to our coupon and hit refresh, there we go. Ta-da! It is using the person's email address and it automatically made a promotion code. Ah, that's so cool. I don't know about you, but that kind of stuff makes me, I don't know, I nerd out about it. That's so awesome. So now back inside of SureTriggers, let's go ahead and click Save on this API request. So we're going to do a wait for a period of time so that we can send them emails and say, hey, just so you know, this is expiring. That's one of the reasons I really, really like SureTriggers. It's because they have this awesome delay feature. So we're going to select delay, and then we are going to delay for, not delay until, and we are going to wait for, let's say, 2 days. And then we'll click save. So now it's going to wait for 2 days. All right, now our last action in this workflow, step 4, is going to be to delete the coupon, or rather the promotion for the coupon that was created in the action done in step 2. So let's go ahead and click the plus symbol here. Let's go back to using our API, new API. Let's choose the delete option this time. And we're going to choose JSON again and our endpoint URL. This is where things get just a little bit kind of like, I don't know if it's a bug with SureTriggers, but I have found that so here's the bug. Basically, if you put in the URL, the endpoint URL, which we get from right here inside of the SureCart API documentation, if we put in this URL, you'll notice that we need this dynamic ID at the very end for this to work. At least, let me take a step back. At least I assume this is needed for us to proceed. This is where, like, Doug is not, this is not my expertise here, but I assume you need this dynamic ID. So in order to set it up like this, where you have the URL and then the dynamic ID and the delete call, if we come back here and I hit A, like the @ symbol rather, to bring up dynamic content, it doesn't come up. So what I have found works, kind of a workaround, maybe SureTriggers will watch this video and fix the bug. But if I start with inserting the dynamic data and I select API and I choose the ID of our promotion, and then I do that again. So this is what gets weird. We can do it a second time here. And then I click in between the two and I paste in the URL and then I click delete on the first one. Now it works. I don't know. Maybe SureTriggers can fix it so we can put in a URL and then put in the dynamic data after. That would be nice. But that's the workaround. This is what you need. You need it to have the promotions, API URL, and then the ID at the end, and we can proceed. So we're not going to wrap it in an array. We are going to choose our bearer token again. So here you need to enter token, and then you need to add parameters again, but just one parameter this time. And the parameter here is just going to be that ID that we're looking for, which is the @ symbol again to pull up the API. That was from step 2, and drop in the ID there. And that's it. You can test the action and it will delete the promotion that was created that we did in step 2, and you'll be good to go. And now, if I save this all done, you will, by the way, if you see red exclamations anywhere on these actions, it just means that they need to be tested. So this is it. This is the workflow. Data comes in however you bring it in. You use that data here to create a promotion or a coupon code for a coupon. And then in the delay step, you're delaying for however long you want that coupon to exist for. And I'm sure you could get fancy with lots of other stuff, but I like this method. And then the last step, step 4, is we are deleting that coupon after waiting, or deleting that promotion code for that coupon after waiting. I think this is fantastic. I think this is a great way to create scarcity using the tools that we have at our disposal, using the API, feeling like big grown-up developers, even though we have no idea what we're doing, but making it work and doing something pretty cool in our business that helps us succeed. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them. Feel free to leave them down below, and I'll see you in the next one.